For so long, I really pushed away ever camping with anyone, thinking that I was out here solo, so I had to do this solo. I would never camp with friends unless I was at an event, and even then, a lot of the time there, I spent feeling kind of guilty about it. I've been exploring what it means to me to be lonely, to want to be alone, to not want to be alone, and trying to check in with myself more when I'm feeling that way. So that way, not only can I adjust and make plans or decide to leave early, but also so that I can actually practice these skills, which feels kind of silly, but I feel like a lot of that has been lost in our generation. When I first got on the road, it was right in the middle of the rise of the solo female van lifer. And at least in part, I think that's what made me feel like I had to define who I was while I was on the road. Like I had to be in one camp or the other, but nowhere in between. In some ways, it almost felt like a decision of ego, either go it alone or admit that you had to rely on other people. In hindsight, I saw this reliance as a personal weakness, and so I did nearly everything I could to come off as strong and independent, and in turn had to regularly convince myself that I was happiest alone. When I really think about it though, I don't think I can fault myself for it. This urge, desire, work that I was doing to fit myself into a box, as I have in other areas of my life. But I do look back on my early days on the road with some sadness, because I feel like instead of allowing myself to really explore, to meet all of the people with an open mind and an open heart, I was looking for something specific, something that now I can't even name. I don't know what it was that I was looking for, but I do know that I was super closed off to a lot of people and experiences because I was worried that I wasn't doing the right things or going to the right events or meeting the right people. And instead of opening myself up to all the experiences that I could have, I actually ended up just closing myself off from so many more experiences. And I think that's super unfortunate because it happened in more areas than just me being on the road. I can't fault myself though for trying to fit in, wanting to have a tribe. I think that those are things that are just central to who we are as humans. You know, that was in the past how we stayed safe. Even now, it's how you stay safe, right? You have people who are similar to you, people who share interests, people who have different skills, but that fit together with you. And unfortunately, my attempt at finding that was really misguided in hindsight, because by trying to put myself into a box, by trying to fit in and find a group so hard, I actually ended up just changing who I was and how I was acting, which ultimately is definitely not how you find people that you have things in common with, you know? Changing yourself to fit in with them. And I can see that now and look back on that time in my life with kindness and compassion, but also a more open mind. And I think a better sense for who I am as well. While I do still enjoy my fair share of alone time on the road, that time is now very intentional, not forced or in partnership with my ego, which not only makes my solitude sweeter, but has also enhanced the time that I do choose to spend with others. In the short few years that I've already spent on the road, I feel like I've learned more than in the prior 26. And it's wild to think that this is really only the beginning.